So, boys, there are thousands of different guides out there to actually starting an SMMA, but most of the shit you're gonna see on YouTube is complete fucking bullshit, right? It's either a Facebook ads tutorial from 2 years ago that's teaching outdated information that does not work, or it's possibly outreach methods that almost every single person has tried and has completely raped the market with. Now, I scaled my agency from 0 to 60K per month in around 5 months. And looking back, if I were to do things differently, it probably would have scaled me a little bit faster. So that's why in this video, I'm going to be revealing the exact blueprint of how I actually scaled my agency. And yes, this video is going to be a little bit longer as well. So if you don't have the attention span and you are slightly retarded, I would actually ask you to click off the video immediately, and you also just do not deserve any sort of money in the online space whatsoever. So if any point during this video you have any sort of questions or you're kind of curious about what I'm really talking about, just go into the description. It's the first link you're going to see. It's in my Instagram, and just shoot me a DM and I got you. So now that we're left with the actual fucking killers and the people that actually want to take this shit seriously, let's get right in. So the first thing you want to do is understand it's not about how hard you row. It's not about how hard you work. It's about what boat you are in. If you row in a fucking boat full of holes compared to if you row in a boat that's completely fucking, reinforced and redesigned, then you are going to make a lot more progress and a lot more money a lot quicker, right? So the first thing we need to understand is what niche and what market you're trying to serve. So we do not want to work with gym owners and e-commerce guys. Those niches are fucking cooked. When I mean cooked, I mean just try to jump into the space in the gym niche or the e-commerce niche. Now, you can make it work. I'm not saying you can't whatsoever. You definitely can. It's just going to take you a lot longer to do so because these markets are, one, extremely competitive, and two, very oversaturated when it comes down to the marketing that people are using and the outreach methods people are using as well. So I would actually target underserved niches, like maybe new AI startups, green energy, businesses as well, and local service-based businesses. Now, local service-based businesses is what I'm really going to push for every single one of you guys to actually go and do. I know gyms technically are, but they have been burned a good amount of the time. I mean, Alex Mosey did it perfectly, but if you try to get into the space now, you're competing with people kind of like him. Now, obviously, you could just think, I'm going to just be better and go for it. If you want to be innovative, go for it. If you have a really good idea, go for it. But we're trying to make this as easy as possible, right? I want you to get off the ground and hit 10K per month within the first 2 to 3 months of doing this, which is very achievable, right? Most of you guys as well have these goals of, in 5 years I'll be profitable, or in fucking a year I'll possibly make 5K per month. Those goals that you're setting for yourself will manifest into reality if you actually believe that it's going to take that long. For me, I thought I was going to hit 100K per month in 3 fucking months. I had full belief, full conviction it was going to happen. And I didn't hit 100K in 3 months, but I still hit 60K in 6. Now, that only happened because I had that high of a goal, and as a byproduct of having that high of a goal, I hit 60K per month. So, you also need to choose a high-ticket niche. So, businesses that actually can afford what the fuck you're selling, right? Power washing companies is a really good example of a niche you don't want to work with. These guys are fucking poor. Unless they have a huge company and a ton of workers, most power washers in the US is just a fucking dumbass dude cleaning shit on a house. They don't make that much money. You don't want to work with these types of people whatsoever. Now, obviously, most people would say that my niche, the one that I'm serving, is decently broke. And some of them are, I would say so. But it's also about how you position yourself as well. With me, I'm only working with shop owners specifically, right? Mobile detailers if they have the budget, but mainly shop owners. Why? Because I know they have the money to pay me for the marketing that they need. So yeah, you really want to work with a business that actually can afford your services as well. And the final thing I'm just going to reiterate upon is obviously local-based businesses are way easier to serve, way lower barrier to entry as well. And the cool thing is if any one of you guys is watching this and say you want to work with a landscaping or a roofing company or maybe a car detailing company, most of you guys actually have these businesses in your hometown. And what I would recommend every single person to do in the beginning, after you've done maybe a couple hundred cold calls and you've kind of, learned a little bit about your niche, is go out in person and try to sell one of these dudes. Genuinely. This is one of the best pieces of advice I can give any single person that's watching this. I even sold a couple people in person, detailers, by the way. And in doing so, it establishes, one, a lot of trust and credibility with them because you're going out in person to meet them. You know, it's not sketchy. It's not like on a Zoom call or anything. Like, or they're way more likely to convert. And the second thing is that, like I said, the communication is going to be there. They're going to really like you. They're going to feel very familiar with you. One of the detailers I signed, I literally went to his parents' house, met his whole family. It was fucking really interesting. But yeah, I would really recommend you guys do this, and especially just jump into the local-based businesses, please. Now, the second thing we need to go into is crafting the right offer. You want to start with done-for-you services, right? Facebook ads, Instagram ads, TikTok ads, Google ads, or SEO. Those are the main services that you should be providing your niche. Now, the reason why I'm saying these types of services is because they're very low barrier to entry, and you can learn Google ads, Facebook ads, TikTok ads very quickly. Most of you guys are looking at service delivery like this hard thing that you have to solve. It isn't that hard whatsoever. One of the biggest pieces of advice I'd actually tell everybody who's watching this to do is sign a bunch of clients in the beginning on a pay-per-result basis. Never a free trial. Always get an upfront fee from them, because then you work with fucking pussies who don't care about your shit. And then just learn how to run the ads. Let's just say you sign 10 clients on a pay-per-result basis and you get an upfront setup fee for all of them, right? You're gonna crack a couple of these dudes' ads. It's gonna happen. You have 10 clients, right? Let's just say you got 4 underperforming, 5 actually performing pretty well. You're just gonna literally copy and paste the same ad creatives or the same ad strategy, ad structure that the 5 are using, right, to the 4 that are slightly underperforming. This is what I did as well. Like, I think you guys don't understand. When I started my agency, I wasn't good at service delivery. I didn't even know how to set up a fucking campaign. I was watching a YouTube video of me setting up a Google Ads campaign while I was setting up a Google Ads campaign. Now, obviously, that's very contradictory to what I've said. Don't fucking watch YouTube content, and it wasn't the best results in the beginning, but in doing so, I had a little bit of a, trial and error period of like 2 months of me actually trying to crack this dude's ads, and eventually they did start working. So you just need to sign fucking clients, get people in the door, and then learn how to do the back end as you go. Don't get stuck in analysis paralysis and just watch YouTube videos on how to run the ads for a good amount of time. Don't do that shit, boys. Genuinely. Just jump in and get fucking clients, please. Now, you also want to bundle services together. For me, it's fairly simple. Most people are doing what I'm actually doing, but I just have a better offer and I've positioned myself a little better as well with my sales process. But ad creation and management plus possibly go high level, or plus possibly posting on their Instagram here and there. You want to bundle things together. You could even make a website template for all of the dudes. It's the same exact template. You can just copy and paste it, switch out the logo, switch out the colors, and that's added value. You can charge a lot more if you add extra pieces of value into your program. Like I said, content creation, ad management, website building, funnel building, all of these things you can have as add-ons. And that's why these guys are going to have a little bit of, a little more of a perceived value with working with you. So please just bundle in small things. Now, obviously, you don't want to overcomplicate your service. It needs to be very streamlined. Simple scales. That's one of the best tenets I've actually ever heard. So if you are going to add things to your service, make sure that they're very replicatable and that you can just copy and paste them to each new client that you actually get in the door. It's one of the best things you can do. Now, to get clients in the door, you also need to have a really good fucking offer, right? Like, 10x your ROI, your money back. Now, obviously, don't make it too extreme or too unrealistic. Mine is fairly simple. It's 15 ceramic coatings in a 90-day period, or I give them their money back plus $1,500 off of my credit card to them for wasting their time and covering their ad spend. Now, that's a lot of risk, right? That's a lot of risk on my end. But the biggest thing that I actually have in my contract for all my clients is a good amount of stipulations that make it so they have to meet every exact stipulation or the contract and guarantee is void. Now, I can't give legal advice on a contract, but I would actually go make one, go have a lawyer review your contract and make sure that it actually holds legally. Because if you do this, then let's just say you get your client 200 fucking leads, but he doesn't call half of them, and then he asks for a refund. It's not on you, it's on him. In my contract, it literally says that they have to call up every qualified lead within 10 minutes of the lead being generated or the fucking guarantee is void. Now, in doing this, it actually makes it so my clients actually have to call the leads up faster, which will actually improve their booking rate, which will improve their sales process, and it will actually help them hit said guarantee. Now, if you don't have this in place, you could get your client 300, 400 fucking leads in a month, and they might not even answer a single one within the first 2 days, 3 days. And then they're going to try to blame it on you. So please have a contract in place, but also have a good guarantee that also, establishes a lot of trust with you. So Mine, like I said, is pretty, I'd say, risk heavy on my end, but that shows that, I'm very confident in my service. So yeah, please have a good offer, a good guarantee. One of the best books I'd actually recommend every single person to read regarding offer creation is just 100 Million Offers by Alex Hormozi. Amazing fucking book, boys. But yeah. Now, the number one thing that people really fucking hate in the industry is marketing agencies. You don't want to label yourself as well as a marketing agency. This actually comes into positioning as well. Label yourself as a growth partner. You grow with them. You are a consultant. You're not an agency. You're not a marketing. If you say the words marketing, agency, any sort of like keyword like Facebook ads or something like that, it turns people off. You want to establish yourself as a different type of person. I have all my appointment setters call up and say that they are a growth partner and that they work with a good amount of detailers in the US, like 40 to 50. So having that sort of credibility and also positioning yourself as not a marketing agency will help you get these dudes in the fucking door as well. So yeah. So client acquisition, how to actually book fucking appointments. Now, the biggest thing that I've actually been doing is leveraging AI to make it so I don't really have to fucking make a bunch of different scripts for the cold outreach that I'm doing. Let's just say you're doing cold email, right? You shouldn't be sitting there trying to think of different scripts to test and iterate upon. Literally just go into ChatGPT and have them write up a cold email script for your niche and make like 100 different variations. Pick out the top 3 that you can see and then split test those top 3. It's as easy as that. You don't need to be sitting and thinking and making scripts all fucking day. You need to just take action and put out a good amount of volume, right? So that's the first thing that I'm actually going to cover. The second thing is volume. Most of you guys are sending out 100, 200, 300 emails, texts, looms per day. You need to do thousands on thousands, right? The only way you're going to get to 20, 30 appointments every single day is if you shoot out enough volume to make it unreasonable to do so. So you need to shoot out a disgusting amount of volume, an amount of volume that you would think is unreasonable for you not to get, let's just say 10, 20 appointments. Now, the second thing is you also want to start building some organic growth on the back end, right? It's not hard. You can just make one post per day on an Instagram account for your agency and obviously make it very niched. Like one of the biggest things that I saw another guy in my space doing, in my actual detailing niche doing, is he was just making organic short form content. It was just giving free tips to detailers regarding sales, products to use, etc. Very, very, very simple content, but it was getting a decent amount of traction, decent amount of views. I think he has like 20,000 followers on Instagram now, and he's very credible in the space now. Now, in doing that, you build up a lot of rapport and a lot of trust with the people in your niche. I also have another guy that I know, actually personally. He's in our program, which is fucking insane, and he makes $160,000 per month in the roofing niche. Now, this dude is all word of mouth. There's a reason he's in our program. He's using other acquisition strategies to scale up to $500K per month, and that's what our goal is for him. But the dude is making so much fucking money, and he built it in the past 3 years all off of word of mouth, good rapport, and providing value to his niche. He would give free tips and tricks to roofers regarding sales and basically everything else you could think of regarding roofing. Now, I'm not in the roofing niche, but this dude is a fucking weapon when it comes down to building a good brand and building up a good reputation. And that's why he can charge around $10,000 to $18,000, by the way, $10K to $18K for a website and SEO. Isn't that crazy, boys? There are people out there that can charge that much for a website and SEO. Obviously, it's a lot of value that he's providing, but it's also because of the reputation and the brand he's built. If you have a brand that big, you can charge whatever the fuck you want. Grant Cardone, $250,000 per hour he charges. Alex Hormozi, for gym launch, I believe, was charging $14,000 per person to join. And it's because of the brand and the reputation he built within his niche. So it's really fucking important. If you have a good brand image, you can charge almost anything you want. So, yeah. Now, when it comes down to cold outreach, we need to have multiple fucking touch points to make sure these people show up. People are not going to show up to the call if they, 1, don't think you're important, and 2, they're not familiar with who you are, right? That's why one of the biggest things I tell all my coaching clients to do, and I actually give my own VSL to them, and I show them how to structure it out and how to even record it as well, is make a fucking back-end VSL, a personalized video that will shoot out to them before the call that establishes a lot of authority and a lot of familiarity. Now, don't think you're bugging them if you have it sent out to them 10 times, 15 times before the call. You need to make sure they watch this video. And as long as you actually position yourself well in said video, then they will fucking show to that call, no matter what. This is, boys, this is how you get a 30-40% show up rate, just by implementing this video with a couple good emails and texts to go along with it as well. It's so fucking simple. Now, another thing I'm just going to tell you guys to actually increase your show up rate is book appointments quickly. Why the fuck are you guys booking appointments 5-6 days out? Why the fuck are you guys booking out appointments 5 to 6 days in the fucking future? These dudes are gonna forget about you. I guarantee it. Your show rate will fucking go to shit if you're booking someone on a Monday and you're booking them for Friday. They're not gonna fucking show, I can guarantee that. So always go for same day appointments. Or if possibly, worst case scenario, the next day or the day after. You never want to go past 3 days ahead in your schedule whatsoever. Please, guys, do not do this. You need to have same day booked appointments. It's going to increase your show up rate way fucking faster. Now, the fourth part, now that we've covered acquisition, show up rate, is basically sales. Now, when it comes down to sales, you need to understand where they are currently. This is the biggest thing I do. Establish where they are currently, their current situation, how long they've been there, how badly they want to get out of it, and then you want to establish a desired situation, almost like a consultant, right? Where they want to be. What goals they have 6 months from now. How would they feel if they hit these goals? What would happen to their company if they hit these goals? And then basically, you have to position yourself as the bridge that will take them from point A, where they are, to point B, where they want to be. As long as you do this correctly, you will close the fucking sale. It is fairly simple. All you have to do is have a pretty decently long questioning phase in the beginning of said call to actually establish these 2 different points in their reality, so then you can bridge, like I said, point A to point B, and make them understand that your service is the thing that's going to get them from where they are to where they want to be. It's very simple. So in the beginning, like I said, you want to build a lot of rapport with the client. Now, you don't have to do this for like fucking 20 minutes. Just, talk about them, how their day was going, how their week's been. And then you want to diagnose a problem. Now, a really good framework that I actually used to close my first couple clients, it's free online as well, is Alex Hormozi's closer framework. Now, I know you guys are probably thinking, well, this framework is saturated, whatnot. It works. Trust me, boys, it works really fucking well. This is one of the videos that I actually go recommend you guys watch as well. It's really fucking good. But basically, you want to diagnose a problem, establish a problem that they are currently having, right? You're almost like a doctor. You want to diagnose before you try to close, right? And then you want to present your solution after you've talked about their current situation and their current problem, right? You're going to start talking about the solution as well, only after you've also talked about their desired situation. These are like the 2 things you need to fucking really establish before you talk about said solution, right? Then when you present your offer and your service, you want to make it seem not as salesy. You don't want to walk them through a 15 fucking minute pitch deck, clients' results and whatnot. You just want to show them the bare, raw reality of what you're going to do with them. Facebook Ads Manager, how many leads they're getting. Reverse engineer the math for them and just show them, look, this is how much money you're going to averagely be making, and this is how much money my clients make on average as well. Show them the Go High Level dashboard as well, some of your clients. It's fairly simple. That's all I do for my sales calls. Like I said, you also could possibly go watch a sales call of me closing a guy for $4,500 using this exact strategy up front, by the way, and he paid on the call in the description below as well. I'll be linking that there. So, after you present your solution, obviously you just got to handle some objections, but you got to remember the only reason people are not wanting to pay on the call is because of 2 things. Trust in you and your service, and the actual price of the program. It's only those 2 things, right? Now, there is a small percentage of people that it's not really trust or price. It's actually the fear of what's going to happen if it does work. Like, some people know your program is the shit, but they're just genuinely scared of change. And sometimes you have to walk them through that fear. And that doubt that they're having isn't really doubt. It's possibly just their body not wanting to change from where they are to where they want to be. Because everyone who's watching this understands that change is unfamiliar, change is scary, and sometimes your mind, just to prevent you from actually changing, is just going to bring doubts up in your fucking head. So there's a small contingency of people that actually go through that, but majority of the time it's either they're too fucking broke, right? And if they're too broke, you obviously just offer a financing option, but sometimes they're just unqualified, like they're really too broke, and that just happens. And like I said, the second one is trust. But if you can cover trust, I can guarantee your close rate will fucking skyrocket. If you get these dudes to trust you no matter what, you will be 100% fine. You won't have to worry about a single fucking thing. So, yeah. Now, you also want to offer them incentives for show-ups. One of the things I do, especially my appointment setters do as well, is they say that there will be $500 in free value if they just show up to the call. And that $500 in free value is actually a customized script, pricing structure, pricing sheet, and on top of that, sales framework as well for my clients to use. If they show to the call, we send them all of these PDFs, completely complimentary, and they really fucking like that. It's a good amount of free value that they're getting, and they really do enjoy the actual value. Now, something I'll do sometimes is I won't give it to them up front, right? And let's just say I have to get a deposit from them, right? They're really not wanting to pay the full thing on the call, but they're willing to put down a deposit. If they put down the deposit with me, I send them all the shit as well. And I'll even get them in my Go High level as well. So they understand that they're kind of halfway onboarded. So they shouldn't really go back on the deposit they just put down as well. So this is really fucking important. Remember, people are not going to show up to your sales calls unless they want to. And the only reason they're going to want to is if they have an incentive to do so, they are very familiar with you as a person, and they also understand that you're an important guy. You're not just some fucking kid in a college dorm room trying to sell them some bullshit marketing. You are an established company that actually knows what they're fucking doing. So, number 5 is having service delivery and onboarding completely systemized. Now, for the first couple clients, it's going to be a little rough, right? Learning how to connect you to their ad account, getting them into Go High level, it's going to seem a little confusing. Now, the first time you ever get a client, what you need to do is record the entire onboarding process, right? You need to basically document this almost like an SOP in a sense, right? Just a standard operating procedure on how to onboard a client, right? You need to streamline this process as well and make sure that it can be done within 30 minutes. It's pretty simple to do so. After you sign your first 5 clients, it's almost going to be just instant knowledge. It's going to just flow, basically. Now, another one of the things you need to do to actually kind of streamline service delivery and onboarding is just kind of outsource it a little bit in the beginning. Now, like I said, record the SOP of you onboarding a client, and then you can easily find a VA that will do this per client you sign on. So you don't have to pay them a base pay or whatnot. It's basically every single client you sign on, right? You just give them some cash, and they will obviously just onboard the client and actually connect you to the ad account, so you don't even have to do it. Now, obviously, have these people on a fucking contract as well. For my appointment setters, I never have my appointment setters on a contract because they can't really fuck me over. I had one retard, because I fired him, go and call a bunch of detailers and cuss them out and forward my number to them. But he's a pendulum. He burned himself out in doing so. Now, with service delivery and onboarding, you need to make sure that you have a person on contract, because you don't want that shit getting fucked up. You don't want any of your clients, having a bad experience with onboarding. And I would actually recommend that you personally onboard your clients or have said onboarding or kickoff call with your clients to establish, some just good trust and credibility with them. Now, when it comes down to actually doing the actual, onboarding, the actual technical shit, you can just hand that off to a VA. It's very simple. You can actually go to, I believe it's onlinejobs.ph to hire a Filipino person. You can do this as well. It's so simple. Or, very simple thing to do, if you have a decent amount of followers on Instagram, just post it on your story. You'll get so many people hitting you up wanting to be a VA for you. Just make sure, you have them on contract, and you also get an ID photo from them as well. I'm pretty serious with my fucking employees. I do not fuck around with these guys. I want to make sure that I'm going to be safe no matter what with my company. So, yeah. And then the third thing that you really want to focus on when it comes down to actually providing a good service is just really solid communication. Genuinely. You could barely hit your guarantee. You might even miss your guarantee with some clients. It's actually happened to me in the past before. But if you establish so much good fucking communication with these people, then they won't really care. Sometimes they'll just be like, he's working hard for me. I'm not going to go back on my guarantee and ruin this relationship. He's making me money. He maybe didn't hit the exact guarantee, but he's a cool guy, I've gotten clients good results and they've asked for refunds. I've actually hit guarantee for clients multiple times and they asked for refunds because I just didn't have good communication. Now, it was a lesson I had to learn, right? I've started to have some of the best communication I think I have in my niche with my clients as well, and also my coaching clients as well. And with just having that there, just a fucking good, solid communication, it shows them that you're fucking working hard and that you actually care. So, yeah. Now, when it comes down to scaling, right, because we've kind of covered basically the basics, it's fairly simple, right? You need to free up your time, like I said, by just outsourcing, small bullshit tasks, like maybe scraping leads and shooting out, fucking SMS or email, by just hiring a ton of fucking VAs to do so, or just having your appointment setters do so as well. It's very simple to do. It's very easy to teach these people. All you have to do is literally just record everything you're doing on a Loom and just hand it to them and tell them to copy and paste it step by step, and then just walk them through it again, just make sure they're doing a good job. Now, like I said, documenting everything is going to be really important, and you have to do this while scaling. Another thing I'm going to recommend, like I also talked about in the beginning, is just using tools that will help you just automate the whole process. Zapier, Go High Level, Slack for client communication, or WhatsApp as well. Just doing things that are just going to make things a little more organized, a little bit easier. If you guys don't know about Go High Level, it is the best software you could possibly use for your agency whatsoever. It's what I've been talking about this whole time. So if you want to actually get a free trial, just go in the description. There's a Go High Level link. Yes, it's an affiliate link, okay? You don't have to fucking click it. If you do, great. If you don't, that's cool too. But either way, you can get a free trial with Go High Level when you sign up. If you want to use mine, you can. If not, you can just fucking type it into Google. I really don't give a shit. But it's right there in the description. Go for it. And then the final thing you really need to do when it comes down to scaling is after you get around 15 to 20 clients, this is my biggest fucking recommendation for everybody to do. You need to change your fucking offer from actually running ads for them to actually consulting and teaching them the system that has worked for the past 20 clients. You want to basically bundle all of your clients' results and testimonials into an offer and sell that at a way higher ticket price. Now, this is why I'm charging $6,000 for my service now, because I'm not running ads for these dudes anymore. I'm teaching them how to implement the system that has worked for the past 40 fucking detailers I've worked with. It's way more high leverage. What is the fulfillment? Hopping on calls, making sure they're actually setting up everything as well. And if everything doesn't work, who is it on? Them or you? It's on them, because they did not put in the work. That's really it. You can even have a guarantee with this as well, but let's just say they miss a call, that can void the guarantee. Or let's just say they don't set up everything within a certain amount of time, that can void the guarantee. So you really want to switch up your offer after 15 to 20 clients, because the scalability of doing an offer of just consulting these guys on how to actually do, said system is so much higher leverage. Holy fucking shit. This is how I was able to scale to 60K per month so quickly. So fucking quickly, by the way. It's just I packaged all my clients' good results into an offer, and I just started selling it as just a consulting offer. So, yeah. Now, number 7, you need to stay ahead of trends. Now, Facebook updates their ad policies, I'd say every few weeks to a few months. Always check up on it. You don't want to accidentally fuck up your client's ads all because you just didn't read the fucking Facebook ads policies. So I actually just go through and I read these every couple months just to make sure I'm actually ahead of the fucking game. Now, something else I'll also do is, let's just say I know someone else who knows possibly how to maybe run ads with the new Facebook ads like update, right? Maybe they found a new strategy or whatnot that is actually working now and hasn't worked in the past. I'll just pay them for fucking information. It's so simple. Literally, just text a guy, can I use your Facebook ad strategy? Okay, how much for it? Pay them. You get it. And then it's just a fucking shortcut. It's way easier. But the second thing you really want to use is continuously look into new tools that will actually help you increase your show-up rate and possibly appointment booking. We have actually just discovered a new software with our own agency, which is so fucking incredible. Now, I can't really go into it fully. They're a really new software company, and we're actually only giving it away to all of our coaching clients. But it basically allows you to shoot out voice messages and video texts to prospects before the call. So instead of, them getting a Calendly reminder, they'll get a voice note. And the voice note will come in as a blue bubble, not a green bubble. This is next fucking level. And this software company only started, I believe, like a month or two ago. And the fact that we've discovered them so quickly is actually the reason why most of our coaching clients, and also Marco and Zeke and me, are getting around a 40 to 50% show rate now, which is insane, by the way. And that's minimum. Some of our coaching clients have been getting like a 60 to 70% show rate, which is unprecedented. Now, that's also because it's like a fucking voice memo is being sent to this person automatically right after the call. Follow-ups are being sent, and they're all fucking blue bubble messages, which is insane. And also, it's fairly simple to also just keep, up with the trends. All you have to do is just stay consistent. Just do daily outreach, just do daily research, and just push the needle forward at least like 1% to 5% every single day, right? As long as you're consistently growing, you're not dying. So just keep up the consistency and you will be fine. It will compound, especially if you're doing it right now, you don't see any results. Just understand that it's not linear and it will fucking just explode for you eventually. It did for me, it did for Marco, it did for Zeke, it did for a bunch of other dudes that we're working with as well. It's gonna happen with you as well. So just stay consistent, keep going, and just don't quit. Now, number 8, I'm not pitching my shit to you guys, right? I'm not. But I am telling you to just suck it the fuck up and pay someone. It doesn't have to be me. Find someone who's actively running an agency right now and pay them to learn how to fucking do it. Don't pay a retard that hasn't run an agency for 2 fucking years. I made that mistake, by the way, boys. I made that fucking mistake. Do not do that shit whatsoever, right? I want you to do your due diligence on whoever the fuck you're paying and make sure you're paying the right person, right? There are a lot of fucking scammers in this industry. Genuine people who just care about money, don't care about delivering results, don't care about their coaching clients, and they're just coaches who coach coaches. There's so many motherfuckers in the industry. So do your due diligence on people, do your research on people, and pay someone who has actually fucking done it or is still doing it. Obviously, you don't want to pay someone who's ran an agency 2 years ago. You want to make sure you're paying someone who's actively running one now, right? Why the fuck would you work, let's just say, with a business professor, right? Why the fuck would you go to business school and learn from a business professor who's never fucking ran a business or ran a business 30 years ago, right? Why would you do that? It's the same thing, and it's the same philosophy that a lot of you guys are using right now with paying coaches or mentors who haven't run their shit in like 2 to 3 years. You are learning outdated information that is never going to fucking work for you. And if it does, it was luck. That's genuine. All right? You need to find someone who's actively doing it now. Let's just say you're in fucking e-com. Find a guy who's running an e-com store and pay him. Genuinely. It's so simple. Day trading as well. Any fucking thing you want to learn online. Just pay someone for a fucking shortcut. If you have a big ass ego and you're watching this right now and you're like, I could do this myself, have fun. Have a lot of fucking fun trying. I guarantee you, you will fuck up so many different times and work on the wrong shit for a good amount of time until you actually just suck it up, put your ego away, and pay someone to actually learn from them. You know what really humbled me, boys? I paid a kid who was younger than me, making triple the money I was making, by the way, to learn how to scale. Isn't that fucking crazy? Isn't that insane? But it humbled me. It humbled me at the time. And it was like, wow, okay, I'm not as smart as I think I am. There's a kid who's younger than me, by the way, who's making more money than me. He has the information that I need. All it is, boys, is information and implementation. This is why I hate courses. Don't buy a fucking course. Buy a coaching program. Don't buy a course. A course is just information presented in your face with zero implementation whatsoever. Zero guidance on how to implement said information, right? Someone can give you an entire course on client acquisition and sales, but if you don't know how to actually implement it, you don't know how to actually take the steps to do and take action on said information, you are going to fuck up pretty badly. So yeah, please just pay someone. It's this fucking shortcut. It's so easy. Once I started paying multiple random fucking people online, I should have done my due diligence a little bit. Every single time it was kind of a gamble, but it helped me fucking scale up. So don't do what I did. Please just do some research, but just pay someone for a fucking shortcut. And also, if you do pay someone for a shortcut, you want to have a good amount of accountability, and also you want to possibly gain access to a good network of individuals. Everyone who's watching this understands that if you hang out with a bunch of fucking broke losers, you're going to become one. If you hang out with a bunch of alcoholics, you're going to become one. If you hang out with a bunch of fucking killers, you will make money. I guarantee any single person watching this video, you put me in a room with them for an entire fucking month, they will definitely bare minimum make $30,000 in that month. I guarantee it. I guarantee it. If you're hanging out with me, you're making money. There's a reason why me, Marco, and Zeke are together constantly. Every time we are together, we are making money. This is why we're actually locking in a penthouse here in the next month. Is because we will fucking scale to the moon. Every time we meet up, we make more money. And that's also because we are like-minded. All of our old friends, Zeke's old friends, Marco's old friends, I mean, some of them are actually chill. Some of them are actually joining our fucking coaching program. Or even if they're not, some of them are actually still starting their own shit. But majority of them are fucking bums. All of my old friends, I don't give a single fuck if you're watching this. You are a bunch of fucking losers unless you're working on something that's actually important. If you're going to college, you're a fucking loser. I don't give a shit. You are going to be a slave for the rest of your life. If it's your passion, cool, go for it. That's cool. But if you're just going to make money, then you are genuinely retarded in my eyes. I have zero sympathy for you and how you end up in your life. Zero, by the way. And obviously, majority of my old friends are just doing drugs and bullshit now, but bunch of fucking losers. So what I had to do was I had to sadly go through a small period of isolation where I just didn't talk to anybody, didn't speak to anybody, to get myself away from that negative energy, that negative frequency. And once I just started investing into networking programs and just coaching and shit, I was able to surround myself with so many people that thought the same way as me. I actually didn't feel alone. I know most of you guys that are watching this possibly feel very alone with your thoughts. Maybe you haven't even told your friends that you were gonna fucking make money online. You haven't told them your dreams, your goals, and aspirations. So a good mental exercise I'm gonna tell every single person to do right now, right? Go tell all of your friends what your goals are and your dreams are, and see if they shit on them. See if they think that they're actually realistic. See if they actually, support you. And if they don't, cut them the fuck off and find a group of like-minded individuals to actually work with. Going to Dubai was probably one of the best decisions I've ever made in my life, because when you go to a place like that, the amount of people that are so open-minded over there is fucking ridiculous. So yeah, please just invest in masterminds, coaching, networking opportunities. It's gonna make you a lot more fucking money. All right, you don't have to buy my shit. Just do it with someone. I don't care. Anyone, just do your due diligence as well. Don't be a retard. We coach agency owners on how to implement all of these strategies to scale you to 20K per month, by the way, per month, not just 20K, 20K per month within 90 days, or I will give you a full fucking refund on all of the money you spent with us. And on top of that, this is something that no one is willing to do, I will give you $5,000 off my Amex for wasting your time. This is all on contract as well. And this is the guarantee that I'm so fucking confident in, because we have scaled countless agency owners like Evan and Arby, who went from 10K, by the way, they were making 10K per month, to 50K in the first 30 days of working with us. Yes, these guys had some money for ad spend and whatnot. Obviously, we just ran some cracked paid ads for these dudes along with some other acquisition methods, but these guys scaled so quickly. Along with that, Max Hastings, who was working a 9 to 5, by the way, I got him to quit that shit in the first fucking week of joining the program, and he made 20K in 30 days, by the way, so 0 to 20K in 30 days, which is fucking amazing. Jacob, who is living in Slovakia, he's actually making it out the mud right now. I'm about to meet up with this dude in Dubai, which is going to be amazing. We're going to have an in-person testimonial as well. Super fucking proud of this dude. He had 20K per month, by the way, recurring in 60 days as well. And Noah as well, who was, he was actually doing e-commerce for like the past 8 months, didn't really get anywhere with that. Joined the program, made 6K in the past 14 days, so he's fresh and new with 0 past experience. And there are so many other people I could also name, but it would probably take me another fucking 20-30 minutes to go through every single client that we have, because we have around 40 dudes in the coaching as well. And also that's very easy for us to sustain, because guess what? It's not just me running it. It's me, Marco, and Zeke running it. We have 6 calls every single week, and it's by agency owners for agency owners. We're not these fucking loser gurus who are going to try to sell you, something that they actually did 2 years ago. So if you do want similar results, you can schedule a call with me in the description, or just shoot me a DM on Instagram if you have any questions regarding it. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.